Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch another busy day for me so far, and it's not over yet. The winds are picking up quite a bit. They're at about 40 mile an hour wind gusts right now. Expected to top out here this evening at about 50 miles an hour or so. And then they're going to switch directions. They've been coming up from the south, and they're going to turn around and start blowing in from the north at about 50 miles an hour. So, kind of keeping on our toes today around here. So apparently, the president and Vladimir Putin had their meeting this morning, and I mean, both sides are saying it was great. That the world is going to be a safer place now after this meeting, but no details. There has been talk now since the meeting that now Elon Musk is going to start working with Russia, and they're going to go to Mars together. The United States through Elon Musk, and Russia is going to work together, and we're all going to go to Mars. Bet that excites you. There's still a lot of violence going on in the Middle East. I think they did agree that Russia was not going to stop, do a 30-day pause on striking Ukraine's electrical infrastructure. I haven't seen anything. I mean, I've been busy for the last few hours, obviously, but that was mostly what I saw. But there's still stuff going on in the Middle East. Gaza is getting hammered, and Israel, of course, is now saying that they're going to start taking land if Hamas doesn't turn over the hostages. And then, of course, stuff going on with the Houthis in Yemen, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's just a big chaotic mess, but it's only chaotic because of how we see it. I still strongly lean towards the fact that it's part of a plan. Maybe not all the players in it know the full plan or anything, but I think it's all part of a plan to destabilize stuff, cause fear, people to give in to more authoritative government, new laws, new ideas, new AI, new digital currencies, all this kind of stuff, because things will be so destabilized. Now, that doesn't mean that I think that's going to happen tomorrow or in 6 months or even in a year or two. It could take longer for that to happen. But I think that we're at a point now where things are truly picking up a lot of speed. It's kind of like it's feeding off its own energy now. It's moving fast. And even though some of the things that's happened when it comes to government being cut back and stuff, it looks good. It is also just a chaotic mess. I did see that, I guess Trump today said that the judge that the federal judge that issued a ruling that, goodness, pothole was bigger than it looked, issued a ruling that, some of his cuts, U.S. aid and all that kind of stuff was unconstitutional. Trump turned around and called for the guy's impeachment, which apparently there's already impeachment articles in Congress being drawn up for that. Interesting enough, Chief Justice John Roberts, which has always been a pretty staunch conservative, has come out and scolded Donald Trump and saying that this is wrong. This is wrong for him to say that. He shouldn't do this. So there's just a lot of stuff going on, and I think this administration, in a lot of ways, there's this kind of back and forth argument I see that the plan is to make things crazy and chaotic, or the other argument is that, well, maybe they don't really know what they're doing. Maybe they don't really know what they're doing, and that's what we were made to believe, that this new administration had it all figured out, when in fact they have no clue what they're doing, and it's crazy. Maybe it's a little bit of both, but I still think that we're dealing with a major plan that goes well beyond the Trump administration, Donald Trump and everything. we're looking at, I don't know how to say it, maybe a complete breakdown, or at least a nearly complete breakdown of the system. People lose hope on one side, and on the other side, they think that all their hope is in this new system. You know, you've got people now that 6 months ago were talking about how bad the FBI is now cheering on the FBI. The FBI is good, you know. Same thing with war. War was bad. War is bad. Oh, now war's good. And it keeps everyone just bouncing back and forth, and it's almost to the point you don't know who the bad guy and the good guys are anymore. I don't know. And so I think that what we as Bible believers, prepared homesteaders, what we have to be doing is understand that all this stuff happening, good, bad, indifferent, it's all meant to be chaotic. And what we need to be doing is focusing on getting ourselves ready, getting our families ready, because at this point things are so chaotic. Who knows what's going to happen? You know, this argument that, oh, this plan that Trump has it's gonna work out good. It's going to be great for everyone. How do you know that? No one knows that. And looking at what's been done so far, even the good stuff, it's chaotic, and there's no way to determine whether or not this is going to eventually be good for us. The system is being pulled apart from the inside out, with the hopes that it works out good for everyone, but it may not. And so, because of the level of uncertainty, we have to stop putting our faith in a man, in a party, in a movement, or anything like that. You put your faith in God and read scriptures, study it, pray, Jesus in your heart, all that kind of good stuff, and then get yourselves ready, because this is nuts. And every day it's this flip-flop back and forth. We don't know if Russia's the bad guy, if Russia's the good guy, if we're going to go to war with them, if we're going to, sit down and sip tea with them, if we're going to turn around and go to war with NATO, or if who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? And so because of the level of uncertainty that's going on, we need to just focus on what we know to be true. Us, our families, our communities, our circles, our faith with God. Those things can be pretty solid. And we need to focus on those things and improve those relationships and improve our spiritual dedication, our spiritual, just creating a solid relationship there. And then also making sure that we're ready for hard times ahead. And that can be money-wise. I mean, looking at gold in the markets, and the silver it's all going up. It's looking at the violence in the streets, looking at just a general breakdown of structure in society and government, pandemics, the H5N1, it's still growing. There's still more and more cattle that, getting food costs going up more and more. I know that everyone's talking about the eggs coming down, but honestly, the big part of that is egg future prices. Most of the egg prices in stores have only come down a little bit, and the egg future prices have come down, meaning where people buy, sell, and trade, because they think that we're going to get a bunch of imported eggs in, which it looks like we are. But there's still food uncertainties. There's still, dramatic weather changes. There's still poles that are bouncing around and shifting around. There's all kinds of other things. They're talking about volcanoes. It's been in the topic lately again, that there's this volcano, that one's going to go, this one's going. It's craziness. And even though you look at one particular part of it and you say, oh, well, that's not too bad. If you step back, which is what I've been telling people for years, picture a big painting mural on the wall. If you stand right up to it, you're only able to see a certain part of it. Every time you step back and look at it, you're able to see the bigger picture. When you step back far enough and you look at the bigger picture of what's going on, you see a massive amount of chaos and breakdown and uncertainty and corruption and just things that aren't right, that aren't working right, it's not supposed to be this way. It never has before. And this is all just getting worse and worse and worse over the last few years. That's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. That's how we should see it, and see that even though there's little good things along the way, the bigger picture is pretty chaotic. And that's why we get prepared. That's why we stock up, we build the right relationships and do the right kind of training and have the right kind of skills, and that's why we do it, because it's crazy and it's chaotic. So don't listen to the naysayers so much when they say, oh, it's not that bad. Yeah, maybe that particular thing isn't as bad, but there's a whole lot of other stuff that is. We've got to get ready for that, folks, because it's not something that might happen or could happen. It's something that's happening right now, and things are just worsening as the days go on. Maybe one area improves and this area gets worse, and then it flips around. And so we have to get ourselves ready for that, folks. Get your houses in order. Prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.